I do.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude. It's freezing. It's 59 degrees. Okay, it's 60. It's snowing outside.
Not a chance. Like I said, if we ever get snow here, you
Here?
just pack it in. If we get snow here, the world is over.
Really?
Like whatever side of the table you're on, they were wrong.
Eh.
I don't feel bad for you. Marty.
Who?
Marty.
Oh.
Not Canadian Marty. Marty.
Oh,
Aussie Iron Marty.
Marty Dean.
Marty Dean. That's a hard last name, man. I often forget it.
No.
LOL, that is freezing. It is freezing. Hey guys, what's going on? How was the time off?
Me too.
The time off it was just off of social networking, so it wasn't like we actually had time off. It's just time off for the family. So I guess from that regards, it was really good.
No, it was good.
We're gonna take the rest of this week for Facebook and YouTube, but we will be doing the YouTube here. It's hot in Miami, 80 here. Oh, you're in Miami, Marty? Well, then quit your complaining.
He's in Miami.
I wouldn't doubt it.
What?
But yeah, so we're gonna take the rest of the week off.
What's for lunch?
We have nuts.
These nuts? Gigantic.
Gigantic nuts
Yeah,
on your chin. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna take the rest of the week off. We have some stuff we're trying to get done around here. So the time we do the live shows we're gonna spend cleaning and organizing and getting everything ready. We're working on the wall over here, getting things.
We're working on the wall.
Yeah. I'm making you pay for it. Anyways, we're working on this area over here. Audio controls moving up to the top. The iData stuff is gone. They're no longer a sponsor of the show. Fernando created this demo board here to kind of help explain the progression of audio. So you have a high level to low level with basic EQ, and then obviously high level, low level DSP. We have our You Better Hook Up Your Ground Right amplifier that we mounted to the wall here. Fernando wants to come up with a name sticker to go across here because obviously the brand that it was doesn't support the show, so we don't want to have that out. So we're going to put some like fake amplifier name on there. Hang on, Arturo, you're next. So we need a name for that. Anyways, some of the other amplifiers that we got up is this guy here, which is to help answer questions about the internals, like what a power supply, stiffening capacitor, a motherboard, the rails, as it were. Not really, but your MOSFETs, capacitor bank. So all of those type of things that people sometimes just want to see the inside of an amplifier. This is a Phoenix Gold amp, and then we put the big 6-channel Phoenix Gold up here, and then we move some of the stuff that was down here, like the 25th anniversary went up on the shelf because it's no longer the 25th anniversary. The Kenwood amplifier went up because we'll talk about that later. The Maestro, German Maestro, stayed down because we were working with them some more this year. Obviously, Morel stayed down because we were working with those some more this year. And we have a couple other companies we're going to be working with later this year. We'll be working with Orca, which is Focal, Moscone, Gladen.
So if you're going to advertise your product, please give us a call. Will we send you the
America Sound.
yeah.
What's up, man? But yeah, so we'll be doing some stuff with them this year. So it's pretty exciting. Hopefully we'll have a lot of fun.
Call me when you get a chance, Dean.
Who said
That's
that?
Marty Dean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Sound Digital, Ground Zero, those guys we'll be doing some more with hopefully later this year. The new company that Marty's working for. But we'll just see how it goes. But what we're trying to do is clean, organize, get things where we want them to be. So that's what we're going to be concentrating this week so that we can come back Monday fresh, talk about DSR1s. I'm not DSR1s. Why did I call them DSR1s? No.
DSR1s.
Jesus, I don't even remember what my own product called. IRTA2. Jesus.
You sell it?
I know.
Wow,
I know.
Look at
So
you.
next week we'll be launching that. The website will be up and done. It's pretty much up and done now. I just have to turn it on.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going through all of that next week. So we just wanted one more week just to cross all the T's and dot all the I's, get everything ready. How do you guys tap into the wires like in a C5 for accessory? I buy the Metra piece that has the accessory in it now. Works really well. That's basically all it does is accessory and illuminations, which are the things that those come with. Otherwise, I grab an accessory in the passenger footwell. There is an accessory there, or I go directly to the key, which I believe on the C5, that's an old Chevy ignition, which has the big pink or brown wire there. One is true ignition, the other one is accessory. But typically I go into the footwell. It's a little bit easier there. And you know, tap in a fuse, cancel, tap in a fuse and whatnot. But before we go any further, we got a box today from your friend and mine, Arturo, Audio by Art, which is, he's on here in the, hey, hola. Anyways, he sent us a box, and it's not the Audio Frogs that are in the box. You know.
What the heck?
I know, right? Come on, Andy. What the hell? No. All right, let's open it up. Yeah, let's go for it. See what it is. Oh, looks like a box of stuff.
Wow. All right.
Oh, those are for you. I know what those are.
Good.
Is that more of
A
that?
lot of candy.
Oh, that looks good. I don't see the tamarack on it, so I'm good.
Favorite?
Oh no.
More favorite.
Those I like.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's lunch.
Dude. There you go.
Oh, double noodle. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, hey, hot sauce. Did he just rip off? That must be for Haley. No. Oh, so we got like, I get it. So we got like Latino spicy, white guy bland. I get it. That's freaking hilarious.
Dude, that's awesome.
Is that a picture of him?
That's a picture. I like it. That's
awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I like me some cheddar goldfish. Oh, tell me that's a picture of his fingers. Oh, nice. It's a picture of his fingers. All right, that's going up on the wall.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh my gosh, that is
awesome.
too priceless.
I like
Arturo, you're the man. He's made my day. Let's just go home.
Dude.
Let's not even work
That's
on this
it,
Explorer.
man.
Let's just go home.
Just drop the mic.
There was a question on here that says, why are you planning on doing more with Morel this year? Why would we not plan on doing more with Morel this year? I mean, we've been working with Morel for years now.
Yeah.
Why would we not want to do more with them?
Audio Systems, what's up, man?
Morel's a great sponsor of the show. I mean, we do. I mean, granted, yes, I would love to put the stereo in my car, but we do a lot with them. Yeah, like it's kind of nice. Like,
no. And they're really good support.
They're one of our best sponsors.
Yes, of course.
I mean, it's kind of nice. Plus, it's my favorite brand, so it's like two favorite things there. Dude, I love that picture.
Dude, this is so cool.
That picture is the best.
Hey, it's gonna be there.
So the inside joke on why this picture is so funny. Years ago, I call it the Godfather moment. Jeff Smith and I were in Dallas at Knowledge Fest, and we had just gotten back from barbecue. And Fernando went off to hang out with a couple of his buddies. And so Jeff Smith and I sat in there in the lobby. And I talked to Jeff Smith, and then Jeff Smith was like, all right, man, I'm going to bed. And as soon as he got up, and actually I think Lance was there before he got up. So then Lance Doss and I sat there and talked for another hour or two, probably. And then as soon as Lance got up, Arturo came in. And I didn't know Arturo. And he introduced himself. And we sat there and talked. And he picked my brain for the better part of the night about social media, doing stuff like this, how it works. And we had an awesome conversation. And he took all that information in and translated that into his channel here, Audio by Art. He does a fabulous job of everything that I told him, and he likes to do, when I do this, and I go, this guy. So he likes to do the two fingers because I do one, and that's offensive. You. So he does this. You. So yeah. So that's kind of the why that's a great picture. And he's been really successful at it. And he's one of my best students.
Really great guy.
One of my best students for sure.
So if you guys in San Antonio, Texas, check him out.
Alpine R's versus Alpine S versus R's. What's the difference? Everything. Everything is the difference. Spend the extra money and just get the R's. Don't play around. Don't even play around. It's so much better of a speaker. So if you're trying to decide, go there.
Yeah.
I like pointing. Sure. Is it possible to use the factory head unit? Variable voltage factory amplifier is broken. Yeah, if it's variable voltage, of course. Yeah, you can do that. Now, something you may want to think about getting, obviously try it first. If it works with your amplifiers, you're golden. But if that's not enough voltage, which it should be, 3 volts is plenty. But if you have like a noise issue or something like that, check out the LC1i. The LC1i is a line driver. So if you're not getting enough voltage for whatever reason, which you should with that, but if you feel like you're not, the LC1i in there it will up the voltage for you. But no, if it's variable voltage, you're fine. You should be good and rock on. Yes, Ibrahim.
What's up, buddy?
How would you rate Type R components from 1 to 10? Oh wow, this is Type R day. I don't know, like, as far as what's 1 and what's 10. So I mean, there has to be a little bit more. It's a great speaker. We sell a lot of them, or we have sold a lot of them. The newer Type or Series R, or whatever they call it now, the latest iteration of the speaker, the tweeter has become more aggressive than it was previously. They've gone to a hard dome, or not even dome, a hard flat tweeter that is...
So what is the previous?
The previous used to be a silk soft dome. It's no longer that. It's now a hard structured tweeter. So it's definitely a lot more aggressive, which a lot of people like that more aggressive sound coming from it.
Always.
So yeah, it's just a nice speaker.
Yeah.
On the LC 4800, can I use high level for channels 1 and 2 and low level for channels 3 and 4? LC, yeah, LC, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't do that. Yeah.
Morals in the house. There you go.
See? Will the Car Stereo Lab return with the Mustang? I don't know if it'll return with the Mustang. It's definitely going to return. We have a bunch of stuff that we didn't finish up last year. But yeah, I mean, it's never going to quit.
Well, it's always there.
At some point we might see it with a Mustang. But I will tell you this: if you guys follow the Boring Life of Dean and Haley, this week you'll get to see Haley finally got a radio in her car, and her and I put it in on New Year's Day because we were closed. Her and I came into here and spent a long time putting her radio in. So now she has a nice Kenwood in there. Thank you, Kenwood. And we filmed it, of course. So yeah, she did cool. She had a lot of fun. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to check out. What do I put my crossover and gain level on LCU? I'm using a D6 for outputs.
Control the amplifier.
All right, so then what you want to do is turn the... I start with the gain turned all the way down. Obviously, Acubase off, and my crossover turned to its highest. So if 50 is its lowest, so let's say 200 is its highest. So go up to whatever the highest is, and then you can use the D6 to control everything. As far as the gain goes, a lot of the times... the gain just stays all the way down. I'm using the output voltage of that DSP to power the amplifier up.
Merry Christmas to you guys and Happy New Year, Audio Systems.
Oh yeah, hey man.
Yeah, man. You guys.
I have 2 Type R subs. Should I get them reconed? I don't know how much it costs to recone. The problem you run into with reconing is that unless they can get the specific Alpine cone, you're really not reconing them. You are reconing them, but you're not reconing them as R-types. You're reconing them as the motor structure of an Alpine with whatever reconing kit they make. Now, if you're sending back to Alpine to do it, yes, obviously they'll put the right cone in it. But if you're just taking it to a speaker repair center, they're just going to put a generic closest thing they can to it. So they'll no longer be R-types. They'll just be whatever whatever soft goods they wanted to put in there to get it back plain again. There again, I don't know the price difference between new versus old, warranty versus non-warranty, so that's, you got to kind of figure that out in your head. What's up, guys? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yep.
Oh, I like their new logo. That's what's throwing me off. Yeah, Audio Systems. Nice logo. Good job. Thoughts on MTX as an overall band? Man, that's one of those companies we have never done anything with. Like, I haven't seen an MTX product in years, and I know they still do stuff.
Well, I mean, we sold them in Knowledge Fest, but...
Did we?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
How many years ago?
80?
Like I said, 80? Yeah.
Like 3 years ago?
Like I said, I haven't seen them in years. And even then, we didn't pay a lot of attention to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know enough about what's going on with the company to comment on that. I'd like to, but I'll add it to the list. I'm sure I missed it. Did you announce the winner for the Epicenter?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. And I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah. It's a gentleman out of Canada. So it's going to Canada, eh?
Canada.
Thanks, guys.
Are you guys going to Vegas?
We are coming to Vegas. We can't wait. We just found out today we'll be teaching a class on... We're working on the title, but basically it's going to be how do you use your smart device like this one to capture video, photos, to upload, basically to steal the name of another person's show or class from many, many years ago, not at Knowledge Fest Photography, was it Snapshots to Great Shots?
Snapshots.
I'm stealing the name. It's okay.
Steal it.
But yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun. But we'll be teaching a class on basically photography and videography, how to create content, but with your phone.
Because not everybody is they don't want to spend money on the camera, so they get confused on what kind of camera should I get, what kind of type of should I get, all that kind of stuff.
What's up, Bobby?
Everybody has a phone. Everybody can do that.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about that, apps to use, basic editing. Stuff like that, and then of course publishing, because a lot of people, what happens is they all complain about the same thing. I don't have enough time to do this, I don't have enough time to do that, and my answer to that is, so you don't have any time to get any new customers. Okay.
No. I'm so rich.
You guys always ask the same question. Do you know somebody here?
Do
you know somebody there? And we're trying to get these guys to do that to make your lives a little better by putting up their good work so that you can find somebody that does awesome work in your area. So it's kind of like our goal.
Yeah.
The website will be done this week. It's almost done. I was waiting for my tax information to come in, so I got that while we were off. I just got to input some numbers, and then it'll be done. And then we're going to launch it next week.
Yeah.
Yep. Can I put the Mazda on the Morel booth? Oh. Talk to them. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you.
Happy New Year's, guys.
And I said years, like Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. So hard.
Always running out of time. You never get anything done.
Nope, nothing.
Nope, never can. It's
nothing.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, listen. We have this Explorer here that needs to get a new radio in it using the MFT1 kit from iData. Thank you, Arturo, for hooking us up with some white guy food / Latino food.
Yeah.
And the best, funniest picture we have ever got. I love this. That's gonna go up here on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere we're gonna get that up there. Probably we're moving all this stuff down. So yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Thanks, guys. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow here. We will not be doing the live show tonight because we're going to be cleaning and doing other stuff. So this week we're just, because last 2 weeks it's just been family, and what, family?
Yeah,
family. So this week we finally get to us.
Yeah.
Oh, we did see Spider-Man, though.
Ooh, I love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was really good.
You haven't seen it? Let me tell you what happened in the end. So,
bye.
Bye. Okay.
Why don't you just sand the heads of the screws? Or don't the Allen head screws, they're thinner. What's up, guys? Fernando's playing dentist today.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna bust that out. Ooh. Man. You ask, why is he screwing with that? Well, we're working on this Mercedes right here. It's getting a new radio. What's up for Phoenix? Safety glasses, Fernando.
What's that?
Safety glasses, man. Where's your safety glasses?
I don't have them, you know. The company unfortunately doesn't
supply you with safety glasses. There's no safety glasses available for you anywhere.
Not at all. Like they don't have nothing in here, man.
Happy New Year, man! Happy New Year. Speaking of New Year, some of you guys are wondering where the content is. It'll start back on Monday. We're just finishing up some stuff here. What does that say? Can you use Sony 7000 and need the ops to work? I gotta be honest, we don't have that car here, man. I've never seen that car, so I have no idea. Yeah, I honestly don't know. And the new Accord, if I did high level into the D5-1300 for front stage upgrade, can I use the signal from the rears too and just lose fader? There'd be no reason to do that. There'd be no. If you're gonna just do the 5-1300 for front stage upgrade, you just need front, left, and right. The rears, you don't want to. There's no reason to have them in there because you're not going to select them as an output into any of the outputs of the amplifier. So there'd be no reason to have them there. If you're trying to use the rears instead of going to the fronts, no, you can't do that either. You need the fronts for that because even though it is. If it's the base model, it still has equalization done to it, and it just won't sound right. It won't be the best of the best. Thank you. Saludo. Happy holidays. Oh, hope your holidays went awesome. They did. Use CAN bus. No, the Sonys don't have CAN bus capabilities built into them. CAN bus is usually done through a third party, such as like iData, Metra, or PAC. They're going to make the adapters that are going to allow you to integrate into those. In Europe, it would be like Car AV, Connects 2, stuff like that. Yes, thank you, Fernando. Those are the things that talk to the car. So, for example, this is a Mercedes. This is a Mercedes with a Harman Kardon system in it. The plug behind the radio has like 5 wires, maybe? We're lucky. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, so it has fiber optic and it has 4 wires right there. Those are all power, main constant 12 volts accessory, and then data bus for this car. So this is Spiral Audio, which is a rebranded Connects 2 most of the time. This box here is to retain the fiber optic. This box here is to talk to the data bus in the car and give us our VSS, reverse. This is steering wheel, parking lights, constant 12 volts accessory. Now this is not going to retain any data that needs to pass through the radio, but this car doesn't have that. Whereas like iData, but they only make them for like a US style thing, will retain all the features in the car, such as air conditioning, tire pressure, safety features, all that stuff goes back into the radio. So that's kind of how all that works. The radio manufacturers don't interface with cars. They're just generic boxes, and that's it. If you have a DSP, do you still need an epicenter? The answer to that question is yes, you still need an epicenter. Most DSPs don't have the epicenter effect built into them, which is the octave shift. There are some Helix DSPs that have it built in, but most of the aftermarket DSPs do not have that. So yes, you'll be buying an epicenter if you want that cool effect. Some people get confused and think that an epicenter is just a one-band parametric EQ, and the reason they think that is because it has very similar effects to the octave shift that it's doing, such as center frequency and width, but it's the step before. Barbershop, baby. Who doesn't want to be a barber? They live the best life. They cut hair and smoke dope all day long. Anyways, the octave shift happens first, and then you get that parametric effect. So without that, you're not going to have the same results. The sound just abruptly cut off in my car. I checked my 4-channel amp and used fuses are good. The fuse under the hood is good. What could it be? There's a couple things that cause an amp to shut off. We'll say 4 things that cause an amp to shut off. Obviously, 1 is loss of power. 2 could be overheating. 3 is improper resistance, which would be improper resistance or a blown speaker, shorted terminal, and 4 would be that the amplifier just died on you. That's it. Those are the only things that cause an amplifier to shut off. It's now finding out which one of those things caused your amplifier to shut off. And that's it. So digital multimeter is where you start, figure out what's going on. You can use the digital multimeter to test your input voltage. You can use it to test your signal input voltage, which is AC. Make sure you still have sound coming into it on the RCAs. Play a test tone and pick a test tone, play pink noise, play something that has a constant, put your digital multimeter on AC, go to your RCAs, make sure you have sound coming in. Go to the output of the amplifier. If the amplifier is turning on, make sure you have output going out. If you don't have output going out, so you have lights on, nobody's home, test your speakers, make sure that they're all still good, tone generate them, or just test them with your digital multimeter on resistance. So yeah, it's just digital multimeter, man, go to town. Best unit for VW Passat 2012 model. It has I have no idea what that means as far as the radio goes. PAC or Metro make an interface for it. It's probably going to be that. As far as I'd look for something short chassis. Got to be honest with you, when it comes to a new radio, short chassis is the way to go because there's just not a lot of room in these dashes anymore. Even in 2000. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, as I was saying, yes, we've had some Kenwoods come in. We've had 907s, we've had 1057s. But yeah, towards this time of the year, you're not going to see too many more of the old ones being built because the new ones will probably start to ship within the next couple months, if they're going to ship at all. But we'll know more about that in a couple weeks. Fernando.
Yes.
What does that say?
Fernando. How important is speakers? How important is rear speakers en an SQ? Depende. Si en realidad tú quieres tener sistema de audio en la parte de atrás y de esa manera, adelante, los puedes hacer. Si en realidad no te interesa y todo lo que necesitas está enfrente, yo en lo personal no tengo bocinas en la parte de atrás. So, ya sería, depende de ti, pero la mayoría de gente le pone bocinas en la parte de atrás, so no hay ningún problema.
And if you want to be like Jeff Smith, use rear speakers.
Yeah.
Arturo started the season off right with his picture. That's Arturo, man. He's the best. We're going to see him in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Let's move down here. All right, let's scroll down here. Johnny, what's up? Howdy from Texas. What's going on, my friend? How's everybody going? Morel's in the house. Installer in Gainesville, Florida. Recommended. There's... gosh.
Where is Divine Sounds?
Miami. Gainesville's north. Biggest city in the country. There's, God, I can't think of his name. It's like Signs and something. There is a guy out there. I just can't think of who it is. Are Mercedes picky when it comes to batteries and voltage when doing systems?
Voltage?
No, they're not. Where you run into problems sometimes with the Mercedes is, like, a long time ago we had a problem with some of the older ones with ride control, with subwoofers and stuff like that. But for the most part, a Mercedes is pretty straightforward when it comes to, like, battery, and most of these have 2 batteries in, one in the trunk, one in the back. Most of, like, the bigger ones do. This one probably doesn't. It might, though, because it has a convertible top. But no, Mercedes are pretty straightforward. The problem with Mercedes is usually, like, the SOS system. When you pull the radio, sometimes you'll get the SOS warning that comes on every time you turn on the car, which it just goes away. But yeah, that's really the biggest headache with that. Best way to set up 2 sets of T2 components. I mean, I don't really... 2 amplifiers? I mean, there's a lot you can do with T2 components, because you can go with 8 channels of amplification, you can go with 4 channels of amplification. If you're putting them both in the same location, like if they're both going on the front door, obviously you can power them off the same. They're bi-ampable from the passive crossovers, so you don't necessarily need a amp with a 10 times multiplier switch and a bandpass channel on it. So it's a very universally easy speaker to configure in different scenarios. So there's just a ton of things you can do with it. Hey, from Australia, what's up, man? Sound Depot. All right, so in Gainesville, the answer to the question is Sound Depot. Thank you, Jeff Smith, coming in. All right. I like my number 2 preset way more than number 1. How can I copy presets 2 to the primary? Easy enough. When you're in the audio control software, be on number 2. Okay, so have number 2 up and loaded. Then right click onto number 1 where it says no, then yes. Click yes, and that'll copy number 2 over to number 1. And then you can also do the same to 3 and 4. So typically what we'll do when we're done, if we're doing the ACR 3 remote, that you can accidentally change settings, we'll just copy all 1 through 4 as the same setting, if we're not doing anything other than the 1 DSP setting. So it's just a matter of go to 2, right click onto 1 until it says no, then yes, not yes, then no, and then you're all set on the save settings. What's the best shallow sub that you guys recommend? Man, that's a tough one, I gotta be honest, because it really comes down to price. We do a lot with the Comp RTs from Kicker because they're right in that friendly price point. However, outside of that, ARC has their new shallow sub that sounded phenomenal. Focal makes the Flax, so if you got like a budget, that sounded great. Rockford makes the T1 shallow, which is high power, sounds wonderful. So there's quite a few. Dean, have you done the Scar SK4 channel amp? Thoughts on them? Have we done that? No.
4 channel?
No. Are you sure? I thought we did it. We did one in the Subaru.
That was a monoblock.
No, we did a 4 channel amp. We did the SK mono and the SK. Where we put the DSR1. I mean, the reality is it's a big 4 channel amplifier. It's a 4 channel amp. I mean, Is it the cleanest thing on the face of the earth? No. Is it priced right? Probably. If you need the wattage it has, go for it. Do you use custom fit radios? No. No, none of the box stuff. None of that. No. Yeah, I just got nothing but no on that one. Go with God. That's all I gotta say. I don't need those headaches in my life. Did Nando's son like his Christmas gift? For those who don't know, he got a cool BMX bike.
Yes. Yes, he is like rocking the whole thing. Yes.
Dad, film me. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, you've done that a bunch.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And then I got him a remote control car. That cool one that drives on the water and on land.
Yeah, that was cool.
Batman. Okay. Do hard dome tweeters normally not play as low as soft dome tweeters?
As low?
Okay. I guess the easiest way to say this is, yes, they play as low. But the question is, do they play as loud as low is where I think you're trying to go with this. And I think the answer to that is going to be no in our experience. But it also just depends on the FS of the tweeter. So, you know, if the tweeter's FS is extremely low, then yes, it will play low. How loud it'll be at that frequency and whether it makes sense to do it is another question. But typically when you're going with a hard dome tweeter, in our experience, you're not necessarily wanting the tweeter to play low, you're wanting it to play loud and sharp, or as some people call clear. So yeah, because the volume is going to be the same, it's just different characteristics. Good topic. For DSP presets, we always give our customers 3: drive tune, center tune, and valet. What do y'all do? We give them 1 tune. We give them 1 tune because, yeah, it has reverse. Yeah, I know. We give them 1 tune because we found that most people want it to sound great, and then just I don't want to be part of my life. I want to get in my car, turn on my volume, and listen to it. Every now and then, if the customer requests, we will do multiple tunes depending on what they want. But
they have to pay extra.
They do have to pay extra for it because it takes more time. But the most 99% of the customers, like, best tune you can do, they can use the basement treble in the radio if they need to tweak it just a little bit, and then it just rocks on. Now, that isn't to say the tune we did, if they want to come back in, let's say, 6 months or whatever, and retune, if they feel like it's changed a little bit or they want, then yeah, we can schedule and do that. Does this car have a wake-up line for the fiber optic ring? I just finished installing a radio and a G-Wagon using a similar harness to retain fiber optic, but it did not have a wake-up line. I gotta be honest with you, we haven't hooked it up yet. It's still sitting here in the bench, so I'm praying to God that this piece works the way it's supposed to. However, in an hour, I'll let you know. Yeah, I mean, I know we've done nightmares in the past with some of these that have just been like, all right, forget this, we're putting in an amp. But this one, the Spiral Audio usually does pretty good. Hey, from Bolivia, Uncle Dean came in clutch with good gifts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every year.
Actually, it's funny, if you think about it, I did 2 remote control vehicles this year for both of the kids I bought for.
Yeah.
So Sue takes care of a 2-year-old, and I got him a Thomas the Train 2-year-old remote control train. Basically just has 2 buttons. It's made for 2-year-olds. He loved it. I bought 2 of them because one at our house and one at their house. And they were like $25 or some shit like that. But yeah, dude, remote control cars are the best. Arturo's in the house! Have you used any or seen any compression horns used in installs? I've seen plenty of them, like most people have. If we will only do the small Neo horns, the ones that are about this tall, usually silver, sometimes black. Hertz makes the SPL Show version. We've used those the most. In the past, we'd used some of the Rockford stuff. But typically the answer to that question would be no. We don't really... It's not our typical customer. Good, bad, or indifferent. Ended up installing an amp for highs instead. Understand. Are the Focal K2S's in a Chevy Silverado loud and clear using an audio control LC61200? And do you recommend them? If not, on what amp speak? Dude. Listen, we've said it a million times, which we probably haven't. K2, just haven't experienced. You can't talk about K2 until you've experienced K2, man. K2 is just something you just sit in there and go, oh, I get it now. They're fabulous speakers. Will they sound great in that car off that amplifier? Of course they will. It's an LC though, which means you're not going to be able to tune it, which that's kind of the bummer in all of this, because you're going to get stuck with, you know, either A, you have an aftermarket radio, or B, you have the factory radio, in which case you're really going to want a DSP. My Audi A4 is missing mids using Helix V8. Basically, we have disabled the center. Should I reinstall the center? Doesn't that have a built-in RTA? The Helix V8? Yeah. So the Helix software has a built-in RTA on the input side. What you're probably going to want to look at is what you're dealing with as far as input signals go. And you may need to bring other speakers into the mix. Whether it needs to have the center channel or not, it just depends on the mixing of the car. It may, depends on what vocal goes through it. If they're like in some cars, I don't know about the Audi A4, like in the basic Audi A4, it's just like the center is just left plus right, and it's not anything that matters, and it's just regular front rear left right out of the radio. It's high level and it just goes in. But you should be able to look at that input RTA on the Helix and get an idea of what signals are coming in. You may just have it EQ'd wrong. You may need to bring down your treble so that your mid bass is more prevalent. Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year's.
Is having two Thesis Quattro amps sufficient to have a three-way active front? Okay, to have a three-way active front, you need at least 6 channels. 2, 3 times 2. So Quattro is 4, that's 8 channels. Yes, that'll give you an active three-way set. Can I use a DSR-1 with my regular aftermarket head unit? Of course you can. A DSR-1 is the trifecta of doom, in that you can use it for any form of iData AR style connection, like an Amp Pro. You can use it as 4 channels of audio input from an aftermarket radio, or you could use it as 4 channels of high-level input from, let's say, a factory radio. So it's one of the few DSPs out there that'll do everything. It's a wonderful DSP for the price, if you can find one. Enjoy your day, gents. We will try. You too. You too. And we're excited because starting next week, Monday, we'll be back at it. We'll be doing the live. We'll be doing all kinds of fun stuff. We've been working on the wall over here, trying to get it all ready. Fernando made some new plaques. We're going to make a couple more that I want to make. Moving stuff around. Took all the iData stuff out. You've seen the crossover. We now have to kind of explain the 3 styles of integration into a factory radio. If you're going to be doing high level, you have your basic high level style input, you have your basic high level style input with analog EQ, and you have your DSP that does all of it. So it's kind of like good, better, best, I guess. We have a couple more of these we want to build. Audio control goes up here at the top. We have internals of the amplifier. We also added this guy up here. Still looking for a name for that. Lean clean. Oh, and then, oh my gosh, you guys remember all the Pioneer boxes? Well, oh my gosh, they're all pretty much gone. The only ones we have left are sitting here. That TV is going away. That TV is going away, and we're actually going to have a dual TV set that sits up here for when we do the live show. So that'll be in Saturday, I think. So that'll be nice, and we can get that set up the way we want. But yeah, we're just moving stuff around, getting ready to come back and start doing stuff. Plus, we're doing a lot of computer stuff for the website and fun stuff like that. So, because if everything goes according to plan, Monday the DSR-1 will finally, I'm sorry, not the DSR-1, the IRTA-2.
Oh, you want a DSR-1?
I hate acronyms. The IRTA-2 will go on sale on Monday, so that'll be spectacular. I know, right? Who's excited about that? It's like covered in white pasty or dusty crap from that.
You want your square?
Oh, no, I don't need my square. Yeah. Thank you. Saturday night.
Live?
Well, tonight will be. Yeah, okay.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's true. We're still here.
It's not mine. I don't want this thing.
You don't want that thing? Okay. That's fine. What's up, everyone? How is it going? We're just getting the finishing touches for next week. Actually, what we've been doing for the last 45 minutes is building this. Look at that. So this is the new monitor that we're going to be using. The camera sits right here. Since we've changed everything up, we've been trying. That's the old one right there. But this will be the new one. We need to make a new sticker. But yeah, so we've been getting it set. As you can see, we cleaned all this off the other day. But that was it. And are you guys having a hard time finding name brand double dins too? Of course, who isn't? It's kind of like it's like that's the name of the game right now, is just finding the radios. Can you play that game?
Play that game.
Yeah. So we wanted to come on tonight just to remind you that Monday it all starts back up again. Everyone should get excited. Thank you for giving us the time off to do some stuff. The confusion is that we actually didn't take any time off of work. It was all time off of the show, and that was just because of Christmas and New Year's and whatnot. And then this week has just been trying to get all the back end stuff ready to start over again. So
Yeah.
we're excited. I'm about ready. I'm tired of.
You ready to pass out? Really?
No, I'm just ready to be back at the video game. So it's time to start over. Is there a monitor that reminds you that you guys are doing a great job? No, I wish.
Awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna
Weird
have
thing happened at 21.
We're gonna have some. Dude.
Weird thing happened at 2021 GMC series. I put JBL all in 1 8-inch and used a level input I would not turn off when IP72 worked. Why do you think Nambos? All right, so hold on a second. It would not turn. Okay, it would not turn off using an LP72. Well, okay. When you say it wouldn't turn off, ever would be the question I'd ask, because if you think it will turn off as soon as you turn the key off, it's not going to. And a GM, it takes
4 or 5 minutes.
Is it 4 minutes? I thought it was like 3 minutes. It takes like 3 minutes before it'll actually shut off after the key is off and the doors are closed, which we've talked.
Without moving anything.
Without doing anything. Like if you walk up to it, if it's got key sensor or anything, that'll wake it back up. If you touch anything or open the door, it's going to wake back up. That's how DC offset works. So most people get nervous and they don't wait long enough to have the DC offset go off. It's not like a remote turn on. It doesn't use signal sense. It uses DC offset. You could head over to the fundamentals on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, where we talk about DC offset, how to measure for it. I believe there's a fundamental video up explaining DC offset through remote and whatnot. I think it's the different types of remote turn on is the video in which we go deep into that. Other than that, the chip could be bad in the 72. I would, of course, not use. You really should have a really nice high level to low level adapter on that if you're doing highs. I would look into like an LCQ1 with load resistors, because that's the other thing on a 2021. LC1i. Jesus, sorry, LC1i. That truck really does need load resistors that we found. So we use the LGD greens, which you wouldn't need with the audio control because it's got it built in. I took my stereo out of my truck to put it in my wife's car, and you should have seen the dash kit, the wiring I had to deal with. Some shops should not do installs. I'm not going to argue that point.
Yeah.
Most of the time when it comes down to that, though, it's all right. So to answer that and have it make sense is it's a circle of performance thing with a lot of these shops in that it's top down. Okay, so I don't necessarily blame the installers, because everyone wants to blame the installers, but the reality is,
Well, it's 50-50.
yeah, it's not necessarily the installer's fault. I don't think there's an installer. Okay, there might be. I think there's very few installers out there that want to do a bad job. They all love. I mean, nothing makes an installer's day more than like, oh man, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they get so excited about this stuff because this is what we do for a living. Little things like that excite us. But you know, when you have management sitting there going, gotta get this done, gotta get this out, hurry, you know, or if their pay structure is built around that. So there's a lot of things that cause those problems. Now, there are just people that suck to suck, but I feel a lot of things that go into disappointing installs like that. Now, sometimes they have the time, they have the resources, and they still do a crappy job. That's when there's just no excuse. But a lot of the guys, too, also feel like, oh, it's a radio, it's beneath me, no one's ever going to pull it out and see it. So, yeah, I mean, I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I have an appointment on Friday the 14th, eager to... Oh, cool. How do you set gains on a Rockford P300? What do you do with the bass knob when setting gains? Rockford P300 is actually the easiest thing in the world. You don't do anything.
You turn all the way down.
Turn the gain all the way down. Turn the crossover. Leave it at 50 and leave the bass boost off. That's it. You don't have to do anything with that one. Honestly, I wish they'd remove the gain from it altogether. If you're turning the gain up on that thing, you have a really bad input signal or something, because we never use the gain. We select either high level or low level, and that's it. We're done. Yeah. Never do I ever do anything to it. I don't change the crossover. I don't change anything. I don't even know why those knobs are on there. I honestly don't think they work. So that's how we set that up. And we don't ever get them back. I listened to your word, and I've put full kicker sound stage in my Pathfinder and love it. Perfect. I used high level. All right. Hurry up. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, Sue. No problem. High level won't turn off until 2 minutes, and the IP7 took about a minute. Yep. Sounds about right. 4 minutes is normal. 4 minutes is normal. Look at Ibrahim, just all up in the comments, like laying knowledge down. Way to go. 4660 in his question. Does that parking brake trick work where you... Okay, so anything with a GPS antenna and a VSS wire, so the pink wire. So anything with a navigation antenna and a pink wire, the trick works. That's how you differentiate on a Pioneer. That's it. So if it's got the pink wire and the nav antenna, it works like a champ. I'm pretty sure. Isn't the 4660 the one we put in the other day?
4660.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so I can guarantee it'll work. So no micro bypass needed. Do you still need to use capacitors on tweeters if using a DSP? The answer to that is no. However, you have to make sure you have the right crossover points. I am not going to put capacitors on a tweeter that's hooked up to a DSP. It doesn't make any sense to me. There are some guys out there that are like, oh no, I want it as a stopgap or protection. Or it's like, no, why? If you set it up properly, you don't have to worry about it. And if the DSP decides to stop working, I think blown tweeters are probably not your biggest concern at that point. There's usually something way worse going on in the car, and you would probably know it. But no, as long as you have proper crossover points, the whole purpose of going active is to not have to have a capacitor on the tweeter. It's a real big deal to turn factory tune speakers on an aftermarket head unit. It can be, yes. Some aftermarket head units do not like 2 ohm. 3.3 ohm, I think, is what they are best at, meaning that's all they work to. So what will happen is at higher volumes, as it were, you're going to heat that amplifier up to a unnatural point. Are you going to clean the whole store? Well, I just wanted to go on for 5 minutes. And you're going to, the resistance is going to go high, it's going to shut the radio off. So that's why if you look at the new JBL Infinities, they're 3.3 ohm instead of that old 2 ohm they used to be, because they were having too many problems. The chain in which they get sold through was having too many problems, and so JBL fixed it. Or should I say Harman. On a Ford B&O, would you get the sub pick to the LC2i from the factory sub or the rear door? No, the front door. You want to connect to the front door on the BO system. Kind of sucks, but yes, we don't go off the subwoofer. We go off of the front door, either one, but not the rear door. The rear door has an active crossover in it, so you'll lose bass. But the front door is the ticket. There is a slight, but it's still going to work better than the factory subwoofer will, just because you could run into some issues with it doing some strange stuff. So we always just use the front door. And the front driver's door is usually the easiest one to get to. Don't ever grab from the factory sub on the BO. What? Jeez, what? Abraham, dude, just Abraham. Make your own. Come on, man. You're good. You're killing it tonight. Micro bypass is still the cheapest and secure. No, it's not. Micro bypass doesn't work on a 4660. So you can buy it, spend the money on it, but it's still not going to work. It's not how that particular system works because it's looking for the VSS wire. And if you just do brake bypass, you've only bypassed half of it. You need to do the actual programming of the radio to put it in demo mode so that it doesn't do dumb things like not work. So if you're doing something that doesn't have a VSS wire and something that doesn't have GPS antenna, then yes, micro bypass 100%. They work wonderful. I love them. I use them all the time. For carpeting enclosure, would y'all rather use spray adhesive out of a gun or out of a can? Anytime I was carpeting boxes, I would always use the Wellwood spray system. I would never use the, rattle can stuff. That stuff sucks bad. It's okay in a pinch, but, I would personally say go to the cheap tool store, get one of those gravity feed little guys. That for $30 and just clean it out when you're done or throw it away. You'll have much better results. Yeah, well, get you. All right. Yeah, it does weird things when it's connected. Factory, learn the hard way. Yeah, I know. We try not to. What is the difference between mono and stereo on a head unit? I think it's the same as mono and stereo anywhere. Mono is either a summed of left and right together to where there is no, or it is usually it's a summed of left and right, meaning there's no left and right anymore. It's just one. If you're talking about a subwoofer, then that's different. It's a summed of left and right. If you're talking about like FM, there again, it takes the stereo out of it, so everything plays at the same level, both left and right. Hopefully you don't have a world in which that exists. Dean, quick question. Trying to upgrade my sound system on my Tundra with JBL sound system with stock amp and Kenwood head unit. What type of speakers would you go trying not to break the wallet? I'm assuming you're going to want to replace the JBL amp. You're not keeping that in there. That would be the first thing I would do, because really at the end of the day, you could keep your factory speakers, replace the amplifier, and have a much better experience. But if you're looking to replace those and not break the wallet, you already have a JBL system in there. So, I mean, power is key after that. So it's got a 6-channel, so really neat. Man, that's a tough one. You're going to break the bank on that. Yeah. Because, you got a 3-way set up front. If you're looking for the most affordable, high-performance 3-way set, I would look at like the Morel Maximus with a US at the end. 3-way set, phenomenal. It'll go right in there. Minimal, actually it'd be the easiest to put in there as far as I'm concerned, with the dash, the tweeter, and the door. Super simple to put in. Passive crossover. You will have to run wires up to the mid-range and the dash because the factory shares a wire between the mid-range and the tweeter, so you always have to run new wires up to those. Get a nice, powerful, amplifier to power them. Get the matching rears. Go to town. I mean, budgets are always a pain in the butt, but that's a good place to start for sure. Hey, listen, guys, we just wanted to come on and remind you guys that Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, over on Facebook is where we'll be. We'll be back. Everything's going to be normal. This video will be up on YouTube, so if you didn't catch the other 2 shows we did earlier this week, don't worry, they'll be there for you to watch. And, of course, next week we'll be doing more of these, the 5 Minutes 5-Star. So we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program. So we're super excited about that. It's been fun, guys, but it's time to start 2022 and get everything rolling. So new stuff, new excitement, good times. All right, guys.
Is coming to the show. Ryan Reynolds.
You guys have a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you guys back here on Monday. Be safe out there, guys.
Bye, guys.
Good night.